All right, what's going on, everybody? Gabe Card Stacks here, and I sold a bunch of cards over the last few days. I've been accepting offers, been trying to move some stuff. I prepped a box for DCSports87. I have a decent stack for COMC. So I've been in the mood to get rid of things. The goal eventually would be just to get into one Zion case. I'm pretty close to that, but that was after I just like trimmed out. I don't know. There's a lot of cards in here. Let's just show you this box. It's all filled with top-loaded cards plus some slabs there. So I was working on that. I've got about 200 cards for COMC, and I sold all these. Let's run through the sales. I don't know if I'll have a lot of mail. We'll go through the DCSports87, what I'm sending. We'll go through the COMC batch, what I'm sending, and we'll see what happens from there. All right, like I said, I was just accepting offers. I'm in a mood to sell right now. I'm in a mood to get some cash. So this is what sold. Omar in Hampton, $30 offer. I was the lowest available on this. I bought it for maybe 20 or so. I had an offer at 30 earlier in the week, and I was like, no, I'll hold it for the preseason Hall of Fame game. He really didn't do anything. My takes on the preseason Hall of Fame game, I guess it was Keandre Lambert-Smith. I was really disappointed in Dominic Lovett. He had a bad drop in the first quarter and the opening 2 drives, but I think he did okay after that. So he didn't really do much. You know, could he pop off in a game? Sure, but I'll take my money now. I'll take the profit. Got an offer on this one, $45. I thought I was sold out of CJ Carr. I actually ended up selling 2 cards. These are to $59. Nothing crazy, but I do like the prospects. That was $45, $50 shipped. Got 108. I sent out a 10% offer on all my cards. There were like 200 items. This ended up selling for 108. There was a copy listed at 100. You know, why mine sold, I don't know, but it did have a lot of watchers. I like having a lot of watchers. It's just, I think it's like, okay. You know, some people say, oh, I'm watching it just to see if it sells, you know, but I think it's like, all right, there's a lot of watchers, a lot of interest in the card. I think it helps. Ended up selling this, the dual auto Innocent Tate, for $35 shipped out of Pulse. They sent me that box. That was the best auto. I don't remember how much the boxes actually were. Marcel Reed, this is my 3rd auto that I've sold of Marcel Reed. This one for $65 shipped. I did see there was one at another copy at like 60 or 65 as well. I don't know what to make of it. It is cool with the color match. I'm going to call it for A&M. I'm more open-minded about Texas A&M, so I don't know what to make of it. Another CJ Carr. This one got straight up buy it now'd, binned, buy it now'd. It got straight up sold for like $50 shipped on that one. This was an interesting one. Drew Brees. So I did, you know, so Hall of Fame just passed, and now they're on to like the 2026 class. I believe Drew Brees is in it. I do believe in the uptick of like, oh, people are going to start buying like the rookie cards of that class. I've been doing it myself. I like it. I'm collecting Hall of Famers now. Just the normal base card. I don't get too extravagant with it. Got an offer for 30 shipped on this. I remember buying this for about like 10 or 12. So Drew Brees, cool one. Not my favorite image of Drew Brees. The 2009 Topps Chrome is definitely my favorite. Now some slabs. So I sent one to DC. It did 17. Got an offer on this for 27. He's at Seattle. I hope he does well, but it's just there. I'd rather, you know, it was a regular buyer who bought a lot of my Ricky White in the past. They're in Vegas, so I'm cool with it. I personally, if I'm going to prospect Ricky White, which I don't think I am, his base autos from 2024 Chrome are like $5. Like, I think that's a very easy pickup if you're into it. So I do believe in him. One of the most productive receivers in college football the last 2-3 seasons. So 2 seasons, I think. 3 combined, whatever. Here we go. Sam Levitt, 1 of 1. I had a buyer out of Chandler, so in the Phoenix area. They purchased my Jordan Tyson 1 of 1. They must have received it, and they're like, hey, I saw you had the Sam Levitt 1 of 1. I'd like to purchase this one for 90 as well. I think I bought this for about 60. Not huge margins, but I'll take it. Sam Levitt, he will be in Bowman, right? He'll be in Pulse, so he'll have definitely more autos. But my strategy with Leaf has been to buy the 1 of 1s and kind of the lower end or lower numbered stuff, along with just kind of the bigger names, quarterbacks. They are pretty good about only signing like quarterbacks, offensive players. You don't get a lot of defensive players out of Leaf. But the 1 of 1s, as much as I hate 1 of 1 and case hit culture, with so many Leaf autos, you've got to differentiate yourself. So that's why I've been more on that kick. And then got this Cade Klubnik PSA 10. I bought this on March 23rd or 24th, I believe, for 80 bucks. That's kind of honestly where his market was at the time. It was still like a pretty good deal. It probably would have sold for like 100 to 120. I got it on Twitter, X, whatever. Got an offer for 220 last night, so I'm going to take it. For whatever reason, not going to authenticity. I don't know if this was something that I did wrong in the listing, but that was a solid $100 flip to hold it. I've got so much Kate I don't need to hold out, so we're going to ship this and move on with that. So I'm getting ready to package all this up. It's going to cost $45 to ship. It was like $760 of sales. Just notice when I was going through, I always run through the labels. All of this bubble mailer with tracking, no ESEs. Pretty crazy, but again, I've been sending all my lower end stuff to COMC. I don't know, just thought that was interesting. All right, DCSports87 order or submission. Gonna be super easy. The process to submit is easier than you would even think, just because you don't have to submit any, you just send them the box. That's it. You don't have to inventory, you don't have to count how many cards. So this is everything that I'm sending in, just been a stack of stuff that I'm like, you know what? Might as well. This Taylor Swift, I bought it a while ago. You know, there's not much to it. I'd rather have the cash. Marvin Bagley, Luck of the Lottery. I have his Prism Silver. This is for PC, Corona del Sol high school product, so whatever. Gonna sell this one off. He's getting a lot of hype. Not my favorite. If it would have gemmed, I probably would have kept it, but a 9, I'm like, yeah, whatever. I've got one extra raw copy, and then this one, I bought it for maybe like 10 bucks. I am not a huge fan of the campus icons. I could just crack it, but I'm like, you know what? I could probably just sell this, get my money back, buy it back at another time raw, just because I want it for my binder. All right, Spencer, I think someone threw this in as packaging at one point. I'm like, hey, you know what? He's QB1 right now for the time being. We'll see. I ripped open a bunch of packs. They were like $2 at my local show. I ended up picking or getting that auto. This I got from one of those packs as well. Trey Benson. Byron Brown seems to be jumping up. Sawyer Robertson, one of his only cards. I've got like 10 of these, so I'll send one for science. Same with Jackson Arnold. Same with Spencer Rattler. Quinn Ewers getting a little bit of hype. We'll see. Sidney Thomas, this is an L. Beautiful card, but just going to get my L there. James Pierce, same there. I've got like 6 of these. We'll see what the market says. This one, it's to 5, so it should be decent, but I don't know. I'm just going to take my loss there. I'm sending in a couple of these. Anything that I have like multiples or dupes of, I'm like, all right, let's just try to feel one out and send it. These are one of ones. I would rather just have a Bowman first for my PC, so there's that. Jamal Haynes, I've got like 6 of these, so we'll do that. And then Cade Klubnik on the on it there, I think should do pretty well. This is going to be one of the first that I ever sell. I mean, I was buying these 40 to 60 at times, up to like 75. I think I'm the cheapest available at like 140, so let's let one run. I don't even have them listed. I have one list on eBay. I think I have like 7 or 8 of these. DJ Giddens, I'm in the close to the money on this, so let's let it ride. Yikes, I have 2 of these. Actually, one's right here as well. One was from a $400 sale. Authenticity said that it was bent slightly, just so slightly that they had to call it back and reverse it. That sucked big time. Jimmy Horn getting a lot of hype right now. There's another Colin Simmons, another TJ Parker. Curtis Rourke, he's on the pup list, which sucks. Someone that I honestly would stash for next year. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't care about the NFL that much. Caleb Williams, red. We'll see how that does. And then Jalen Hyatt, I don't know. We'll see how these DC auctions do. That's the 17 that way. People say that it's tough to find a good deal on there anymore and just things are getting bid up. So I'll take advantage of it, you know. Why not send your cards there then? Dylan Gabriel, Arch Manning, you know, things are basically going at comps. Arch Manning, Josh Hoover, that was a couple bucks. LeJontay Wester, nice black one. There's an extra copy there. I've got 4 sapphire orange autos of this, so I'm cool with that. Josh Hoover, I've got so many. He's a portal guy for me next year. I think he'll be big in the portal. Selling the Sam Levitt's Michigan State stuff, there's just going to be better Arizona State stuff coming out. And now Arch Manning Red Ice. We'll see how that does. Another Quinn, just getting out of those. I bought those in anticipation of him hitting the portal when there was speculation like, oh, Oregon or Ohio State could come calling. Another Colin Simmons. Molly McGrath, beautiful card there. Drew Aller, I'd rather sell this, get my money into a Bowman first, to be honest. JJ Pay, he's with the Raiders, I think. I mean, he plays like full. He had quite a few rushing touchdowns. Local kid out of Ole Miss. Cool auto. Hopefully I can break even on that. Oscar Delp. These were all part of my Leaf box. Nice DJ Lagway right there. I'll just sell it. Here's a Luke Altmaier auto Armed Forces, another one. So I had four copies. Yeah. Rocco Becht. That was a solid deal. That was like Black Friday. George had sent me a link. They were like 25 bucks a piece. Pretty solid. Rocco Becht base. I've got so much first. Bowman first. Again, sell these. Put my money into a Bowman first. It's just easier to move. Little 3-color patch there on the Noah Fafita. And then Arch Red Ice. So that's what I'm sending to DC. Again, I think you just have to print out a form, put them in a box, and then ship it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. That's what I'm sending. Hopefully it does well. This should be processed in like 15 business days, so that gets us to like late August. Although my last one got shipped uploaded in like 2 days, but this obviously a bigger shipment. I will make sure that everything goes packaged safely in there and shipped out tomorrow or today. All right, on to COMC. I have 2 piles. This is my standard. This will get uploaded in 16 weeks. Gaby, that's 4 months, yada, yada. I know, but some of the stuff is just not super pressing in terms of timing, and sometimes it gets uploaded a lot faster. So something to think about there. And this is my select. These will be uploaded in 2 weeks. This costs me personally. I have a managed account. It's you get it. I got an email earlier this year, and I was like, hey, you were one of the top sellers on COMC. You get it 10% or 20. It went from 50 cents to 40 cents on my submission fee, $1 to 80 cents. So this cost me personally 40 cents. For anyone else without a manage, 50 cents. Begin. All right, Roydell Williams. This was out of my Leaf box. I'm not as, I said I'm warming up to A&M. I'm kind of warming up to Florida State. I think they got a pretty decent portal here. And it looks like he's starting running back. I do like Gavin Sawchuk, but it's not gonna go up tremendously in value. Elijah Brown. Whatever. It is what it is. He's got his Stanford uni. If I send these to DCSports87, I'm probably getting skunked at like $2. I'd rather just send them to DC and get, $4, $5. I don't know. Reggie Bush. His value isn't going to go up or down at any point, I imagine. I paid $50 for it. Cool. Same with KJ Bolden. Whatever. DeMar Hamlin. These are all just Leaf. These were part of that box. I will, sell these for $1 a piece if I have to. I'm not shipping these. I'm not going on eBay. Send them to COMC. Any product released within 90 days gets uploaded in 2 weeks at the 50-cent rate, which is nice. Josh Hoover, I've got so much. If it goes up, that's a good thing. KJ Bolden, not going up. Jaden Craig, probably not going up. The coldest isn't even playing anymore. Denzel Gardner, he's a long-term hold for me. Ty Hawkins just got to campus at SMU. Joe Montana's prices aren't going anywhere. Jim Kelly, Terrell Suggs, little Brock Glenn, J.J. Cole, and Malachi Moore. Those aren't going anywhere. So to save myself a little bit of coin, I'll send them through the standard. All right, this is my select. This is actually going through Elite. So Elite, I will pay $2. It gets processed in 2 weeks, and they will have a high-res scan on it. And you need it if you're going to sell it over $100. So why am I sending this to COMC? Why am I doing it? Oh, because of fees. So I just sold one for like $108 after fees and everything. What am I, I'm going to be down to what, like 95-ish or so. Only 5% fees. If I sell this for $120 on COMC, what is that, I'm netting 113 or so. Not bad. Whoops, that stays there. This Tetro McMillan, this one I'm iffy on. That's why I was on the top, so I'm just going to do that. Arch Manning, we'll see. Miller Moss, I'm optimistic for. Haas Haney, I could go either way. Like, his values aren't going to shoot up over time or like short term, but whatever. Damon Williams, I'd like to try to sell those. Jake Brenningstool for preseason is with the Chiefs. Jalen Henderson, Damon Williams, couple like the lower end, like the heroes and prospects. Not my favorite. I'd rather have the Leaf metal stuff. I think that's a little bit more sought after, but sometimes it's just easier. Like, hey, Haynes King Auto to filter. I love Georgia Tech. I think they're winning 9-10 games this season. Jalen Henderson, again, just kind of a long-term thing, but in case West Virginia pops off, I want him. Ricky Pearsall, I'm optimistic for him. DeMond again. TJ Moore, that's a nice one. Isaiah Hunter, now at Nebraska. Another Haas Haney. Zevi Eckhouse, Aiden Mizell. Jamie French, 5-star, going to Texas now. Zevi and Jalen Henderson. So those are all going 50-50 on this McMillan, but that's everything I'm sending to COMC. All right, you want to see how easy it is to send your cards to DC Sports? I just went to the submission form. So here we go. 3 business days, 3 business days for express, 12 for regular. So what does that get me? 12 business days from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say shipping. So it probably gets you to the 27th. That's kind of right where I want to be, I would say. So that'll get you to, the submission time and, for the cards to run at auction. I think that's a good little spot. So this is how easy it is. All you do is just print out this little form. Let me grab my printer here. And I'm a big fan of DCSports87, man. Always as a buyer, I had a great experience. As a seller, my first go around. Can I fit this all on one page? Layout. I'm going to put my username, my email, and we are going standard. And that's pretty much it. So that's it. That's all you have to do. So easy, man. All right, so I think that's going to do it for today. I think we got a lot done. I feel pretty good about it. I did want to record a Patreon video. I've been reviewing quarterbacks, running backs. Now I'm on wide receivers. I guess I will probably do that Thursday. That'll be our Friday video for Patreon. Link is down below if you want to join that. Good day. Very successful day. And you know what? The teaching moment, the learning lesson for me, I was thinking about this while I was packing everything up. I'm like, you know what the best way is to really start getting your cash to flow is have multiple outlets to sell. I'm on eBay. I've got my COMC. I'm sending stuff to auction through DCSports87. So getting that cycle going, using other outlets. It's okay to pay a commission fee to COMC. It's okay to pay a submission fee to DCSports87. It's okay to pay fees on that side. Just use as many outlets as you can as you start to source your cards and grow. Get things moving, right? That's what I needed to do. As we get closer to football season, this submission with DC should get there. Hopefully sales should be finalizing the final week before college football season. I think week 0 might catch it. With COMC, I'm basically submitting cards every single month so that I've got a rotation of fresh inventory coming onto COMC, and then on eBay, slowly adding stuff to my store. But that's everything. Those are my thoughts. If you enjoyed, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Peace, love you.